Welcome back. Struggling with a skin condition can have a negative effect on one's mental well-being. But our next guest has proven that if you truly believe it, nothing can get you down. Joining us is Anthea Turner. She has overcome HS, a chronic and debilitating skin condition, and even wrote a book about it. Anthea, welcome to The Loft.
Thank you for having me here.
Girl, treat me like a 5-year-old. Break it down. What is HS?
Oh, where do I start? HS is a skin inflammatory condition that affects the hair follicles and the sweat glands. So basically you can have it different areas of your body, under the arms or breast area or stomach area. So it depends. And HS triggers each patient differently because it could be hormonal, it could be a food trigger. But the most important factor that's really a problem right now is because it's misdiagnosed and doctors don't even know the real cause of it. I had the condition at the age of 12 years old. It started.
Wow, as early as 12?
Yes, and I was only diagnosed in my late 30s. So by that time, the skin condition got totally out of hand, if I put it that way. And it's difficult to treat at the time because you go through so many medication and there is different treatments, but not every treatment helps every patient the same way. So, yeah.
And so, Anthea, if you don't mind me asking, which areas of the body did it mostly affect you and how does it present? What does it look like?
Well, it looks like a pimple, inflamed pimple, looks like a little bubble. And then inside there's like with pus or some type of fluid. And then it's like a boil-like little pimple, but it's much more than that because it has tunnels underneath your skin. So at the end of the day, when you have incisions, we call it I and D procedures. And then it ends up having these holes in your skin because the surgeon basically has to cut it out. Sometimes the wound is as deep as 7 centimeters deep.
Wow.
And then obviously you have to have wound dressing, which is every second day or third day at your clinic, local clinic, or at home. So, and then again, after surgery, it could happen again after a few days, just having that surgery. So it flares up continuously. It depends also how severe.
And I can only imagine the pain that is involved, the discomfort,
Yes.
or is it more of an itchy sensation?
Oh no, the pain is unbearable.
Yeah.
It's at the moment one of the most painful skin conditions in the world, and believe me, it's difficult for you to move at times because it affects your arms, underneath the arms, some upper thighs. It depends. So it is difficult for movement. For patients.
So something that affects your mobility, it affects your emotional and mental health. How were you able, I mean, you're a mom of 2 boys.
Yes.
You're a working woman. How were you able to manage this condition and still just get through the day-to-day of life?
It was difficult at first, but as time grew, you kind of get used to the fact that you're used to the pain, you're used to this discomfort, and somehow you just blend in with everyday life. And yes, it was difficult to have kids because you couldn't do the normal activities with them and having fun. You get worse at the point where you don't want to move. So you get up in the morning, but you don't want to get up. Do you know that point? So, yes, it's been...
You kind of do what you have to and what you must.
Yes.
Out of the comfortability of just what you are going through. I can only imagine the turmoil and the mom guilt that you experience not being able to be as hands-on with your boys. When it comes to information and education around HS, I mean, for myself, when I found out that you were coming on the show, I said, yes, finally, because doing research, things just don't come up. How important is that information and education around HS? So much so, it led you and inspired you to write a book.
From the age of 12 years old, my life totally changed. So my mom was my carer every day, most of my life, before she passed on. And I wrote the book because of her, because she inspired me. And then I feel at the age of 12, I wouldn't want another teenager to go through what I've been going through because it's such a long process where you don't get diagnosed earlier. It becomes so severe. So it really impacts on your mental mental and physical abilities in life. So yes, it's quite hard. And I feel in our country right now, because in our country we don't have the education for nurses, especially because, you know, when I end up being admitted at hospital, I always have to explain to the nurse what HS mean, unless I have to Google it and show her this is what HS is.
It just seems as if not only you as a patient of HS, but caregivers, family, friends, healthcare practitioners, we need to learn more. And for someone who's gone through it, what tips would you give not only the patients, but those that surround the patient?
I think it's best, it's good for the support structure that you have, for them to know how to clean wounds or dress wounds, because especially if you work and you can't go every second day or third day to a clinic or someone professional to assist you with wounds. So you basically need to educate that family structure or your friend to help you and to help heal your wounds at home.
You just have to be patient with it and walk side by side with your loved ones. Thank you so much. Quick question, is there a cure?
No, at the moment there's no cure. It's been 3 decades that I've been living with this, and there's no cure.
Well, we love you here at Afternoon Express, your entire family. Shout out to them for supporting such a strong woman. And thank you for showing us that you cannot let anything get you down.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Whether you struggle with HS or any other skin condition, you don't have to do it alone. Love the skin you're in, and remember to seek help from your nearest doctor or qualified healthcare practitioner. After the break, Dr. Ganjo is back to give us some tips on how to take better care of our skin.